because supporting farmers is not a political matter. It is a human matter. Survival. It is a national matter. And you're right, a matter of survival.
Our farmers, we need a unified stance to back them up. They stand for us. It's time for us to stand for them.
They were laying amongst each other and they were dying slowly.
It's criminal. It's criminal, period.
We have to, stand up for what's right and take our country back.
It's all about control at the end of the day.
It's been 2 weeks since the Canadian Food Inspection Agency massacred over 300 healthy ostriches in Edgewood, British Columbia. And today I'm reporting from Langley, BC on a protest against that to show that the people have not forgotten. Drea Humphrey here with Rebel News, standing at the Langley, BC to Vancouver leg. Actually, it began at Hope. We're waiting for the rest of the convoy to show up, but it is part of a nationwide protest with at least 10 other stops. My colleagues are covering some in Ontario and Alberta at our special website called avengetheostriches.com. That's right, that's the ongoing fight after what we saw occur on November 6th and 7th. The brutal force that bureaucrats at the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, which apparently are completely unchecked, did on fast-running ostriches, healthy ostriches who caught an avian flu a year ago. They hired marksmen to perch above them and blast down rounds at the fast-running and healthy birds. So they saw their own herd, their own partners, whatever you want to call them, be massacred in front of them. It's sick. Even a culling expert has come out as a whistleblower to say it's inhumane and more. And that's why you're seeing this type of response. Again, this is just one of the protests. You can find them all at avengetheostriches.com. Before we take off in the convoy, I want to let you know something else I learned today on the way here. Take a look at this. It appears Antifa is not happy that this protest against what appears to be inhumane killing of ostriches is not happy. That gives you a sign of how deep this fight really is. A fight that isn't just about animal rights or property rights or farming rights, but also about the right to have scientific freedom against Big Pharma's plans, because as many of you recall, these ostriches in their last few years were not being used for food consumption, but rather part of research to fight viruses like COVID-19, and now that they would have been immune, avian flu. So normally we would have security if we knew that the far left was going to be present. This has overall been a nonpartisan issue, and Rebel News takes our security very seriously. You can see here me being sworn by Antifa thugs before. My colleague Alexa is constantly harassed and assaulted by them. So I'm just giving you a heads up. If me and myself, Julia, have to keep our distance later when we get to Vancouver, you understand why. But know that there are no journalists in Canada but Rebel News who routinely get assaulted and attacked for bringing you the truth, bringing you the other side of the story. So if that's something you want to help support us continue doing, you can do so at our special website called journalistdefensefund.com. But let's see what some of the people here gathering had to say.
Let us rise with grit. Let us rise with the determination that echoes from coast to coast.
Why is it important to be out here supporting this?
Well, this is so organic right now. Everybody's stepping up all across Canada, a unified stance here. We know what happened at the Universal Ostrich Farm. It was an unbalanced abuse of justice and authority.
I think it's important to voice our opinions just like everybody else does, right? In the freedom that we've been given, to do it.
We have to support the ostrich farm and Katie, and what was done was just disgusting. Like, I get choked up still thinking about it. It's just awful.
I'm vaccine injured. I'm unable to have children, and the ostriches were giving me hope.
Hi, I know, I miss. This is Tina from the farm again.
Yeah.
Can we
It was
talk to yourself?
awful.
Tina is just such a loving person. She was always taking care of people, the kitchen, medicinal stuff.
It's about taking care of each other. This is horrific. We need to wake up. People need to get out here and save our country, save our food, save our children. They slaughtered the ostriches, but they just lit a fire under our butts.
Crimes against humanity, the slaughter of the ostriches. I've had a few people ask me, what's going on here and why are you here today? Specifically, it's about the ostriches and the criminal CFIA.
And if we don't stand now, what's going to happen? If we don't have a voice, if we don't stand together across Canada, thousands upon thousands and millions will be gone, and we're going to have no say until it's too late.
I don't like seeing healthy animals shot in the night, untested. I think CFIA should change their stamping out policy. They can consider quarantines.
This whole incident, there were a lot of procedures that weren't really followed, and things were rushed through.
I'm a broken person. I got to meet the birds. I got to meet everybody up at the farm, and there wasn't one bad bone there, and there wasn't one sick bird there.
Tanya, another familiar face from being physically on the farm. I'm feeling a little emotional seeing these familiar faces. Why was it important to continue on with the fight?
Well, I think that it was so horrible that they murdered those ostriches, and I feel that it's happening in more and more places, and we need to stand up for and be strong to make sure no more culls are happening for no reason with healthy animals.
Yeah, it was just completely done in the wrong way if there was any problem going on there.
Canada's farming crisis will keep deepening. One call, one family, one farm at a time.
What was going through your mind when you found out how the story, to some extent, ended with the ostriches?
I think it's a horrible thing what they did. It goes against their freedoms. There was multiple offers from the states to give them just for science. I think it's the World Health, Big Pharma wanted to take advantage, and they didn't have their hands in the pockets to make money off it.
They're prehistoric animals. We know that scientifically they had something that they could contribute, knowing if they did survive influenza, that they would have natural antibodies. And for me, that there alone is more than enough reason to keep those birds alive for scientific purposes and for our well-being moving forward.
Oh, it was super upsetting, and I saw you were at the farm for quite a while everything happened. I can't even imagine, just being there.
I felt like I was in a war zone.
What some of the supporters are seeing, and I'm going to make a phone call to Katie's cousin, who is also breaking. It sounds as though gunshots are being heard at the pen.
My birds are getting shot slowly and dying.
Gunfire, constant. It was awful, and the birds were screaming because you can't kill them in the way that they tried to kill them. So they were laying amongst each other, and they were dying slowly and horrific death. And they didn't even die all that night. Some of them died. They had to shoot them in the morning. So
I can't imagine how scared they must have been. I can't imagine how scared.
Why don't I throw to Katie Pasitny? Many of you know her. She's one of the farmers. Her mom is co-owner of Universal Ostrich Farms. She's at the Vernon protest against the CFIA and for farmers. And here's a little bit about what she had to say.
Right, we're at the Vernon weigh scales, and there's a beautiful turnout for everybody that are standing up for our freedoms and our farmers today. We're waking each other up.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
thank
yes.
you. God bless you. You can just see by the attendance today how many people are ready for change. And if we don't stand up right now, we're going to lose. And we're going to lose a lot.
We have a very strong animal welfare culture in Canada and on the West Coast, and it seemed to be completely in violation of that.
All my family are farmers in Alberta as well, and seeing people, seeing what they did, the massacre, which could have been prevented if they would have just tested the birds.
Let this be the moment our nation remembers. The moment when Canadians did not look away, didn't back down.
We're one positive test away from bankruptcy, said a Fraser Valley poultry farmer.
What do you want to say to the Canadian Food Inspection specifically? The agency that killed this healthy flock after a year, spent millions of dollars to have the RCMP and their own officials there for close to 50 days instead of going home and coming back. What would you say to them?
The blood's on your hands.
Monty and I just shared a hug. I'm getting teary-eyed because we met at the farm. And I know you went out, you even followed the bins, with Super Save. The Super Save is the company that provided the fencing, the bins and everything. But why is it important to keep up the fight still?
Oh yes, definitely. This isn't over. This is only just beginning. These guys are nasty and they need to be removed from where they are. We need good people running this country.
We need to shut down the CFIA. Unfortunately, the government's not going to go after the government. So we have to stand up as a whole against the whole situation. The RCMP, I don't trust them anymore. I would never call them if I was dying.
I would say at any given day, while they were waiting, instead of going home and, I don't know, busting drug labs, waiting for the Supreme Court to decide, there was probably about 80 to 100 officers assigned daily to that one way or another. Meanwhile, in Surrey, and by the way, some of those RCMP were from Surrey area. Meanwhile, we had extortion shootings where people are blatantly blasting houses and businesses.
I honestly don't know what was in the minds of the head people at the CFIA or the MPs or Carnage as I prefer to call them.
They've got to reconsider how they do things, and I think they are trying to put fear into farmers. Like, who's going to defy those guys if they come around to your farm with a ring of hay bales and shoot all of our animals?
It's going to be my life mission now to make sure the CFIA pay for this.
Hay bales do not stop bullets, especially if they're the wrong direction. A couple of the protesters had bullets ricochet off trees right beside them.
What you've done was horrendous. Please consider the farmer first.
When you look more closely, it becomes clear that the Edgewood cull was not about biology. It was about policy.
We need leaders to step up all across Canada now to take the initiative. Our government can't just put policies on top of policies through legislation. We've got provincial legislation, we've got federal legislation, layers that just create so much extra work for farmers these days. And I think what we need is one window that they can use, they can utilize, and they'll just be more efficient, but protected more than anything else. We have to protect farmers' rights.
People from all over the world were watching, and the overreach is just ridiculous, and we need to stand up for what's right.
We need all these evil people put in their place. Guantanamo is a good place for them.
There needs to be more rules for the CFIA so that they can't just carry out this kind of stuff willy-nilly. There needs to be rules for them.
Farmers need to feed us, so we can't be taking over their government can't be taking over their farms. So I really hope that everyone will take a stand for this and change will happen soon in our government.
These people need to be held accountable. And quite frankly, I don't know in this screwed up world how else they're going to be held accountable than by being arrested and charged and tried and convicted and sent to prison for a good long time at the very least.
Well, something has to happen with the CFIA. They can't just keep going on doing this. There has to be somebody has to step in and do something.
We need to change. Everything has to change. That's all I can say.
We need to meet, we need to gather, we need to unite, and we need to push back. Our voices need to be heard.
You look at what they said about the potential of spreading avian flu. They left the ostriches' bodies there for hours afterwards, and there was multiple scavengers picking them up. So what, do all those birds have the avian flu then? Are they going to track all those birds down?
Look at this, where there's wild birds all gathering on the hay that I'm assuming had blood splatter on it from when they massacred the birds. Real safe.
I mean, look how many people are out today. It shows you that, we're on the right side of history.
Just seeing all the flags, all the people from the farm. I'm so excited to be here.
What do you think about the turnout? I'm guessing 80 to 100 cars at this location?
Well, I would say there's probably 200 people here.
I wouldn't wish this on any farmer, but the ostrich farm is not the only one that's gone through this, and they continue to do this to farmers, and they're not even sick birds. The cows, now they're going after the peacocks. It's absolutely disgusting what Canada's become.
In Summerlin, there is a animal sanctuary called Critter Aid, and they're going through a similar nightmare. A few of their chickens caught what they believe to be avian flu, but they were nowhere near their peacocks. And so now they are asking the brutal Canadian Food Inspection Agency for an exemption on their birds. We're watching that story very closely at avengetheostriches.com.
Socially, we are winning. It's only the narrative drivers like CBC that want you to think you're not.
I just wanted to say thank you for everything that you did. I followed the news the whole time while you're up at the ostrich farm, and it broke my heart.
We love Drea! We love love Drea! We love Drea! We love Drea! And there's actually the mainstream media city. TV is here filming today. The CBC is filming here today.
Let the birds' immune systems work for them. You can't go killing every creature in this world. You just can't do that.
Well, there you have it. A pretty good turnout here. But don't forget to check out how my colleagues' coverage went along. And you can do that at avengetheostriches.com. That's also where you can chip in to help us continue to expose the CFIA. Again, that's avengetheostriches.com.